Jonathan Liebling.
Is it me?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Can you up here?
Yeah. I promise to try and keep it. I keep getting accused of talking too much. I don't know why. I've suffered from anxiety and depression most of my life. I had a mum who was rather bent on killing herself. She was never successful, I have to add, but that does kind of have an impact on the way that you view the world. And so I suffered with anxiety, depression, and I probably would have been diagnosed with ADHD had there been such a diagnosis as there is now. It's very difficult to shut me up, it's very difficult to put me down, I'm always running around. You see, I know, you know.
It's very good.
And I got to university, I've managed, you know, I came from a decent, I came from a privileged background, let's say. I had an awful lot of right support, and I got through to university, and someone gave me my first spliff at university. And for the first time in my life, I could concentrate on something. For me, it had, you know, people were telling me how it ruins your concentration. No, not at all. No, for me, this was the first thing in my life that actually stopped all these flipping voices going on in my head, that could actually allow me to focus on one thing. And as it happened, also the stress pain that I had all around my neck and shoulders for all my life, that had just gone. And any social anxiety, that had gone too. And so I quickly decided that I preferred being stoned to being drunk, which is what I used to try before then. And I got myself through university, and in fact I got myself through an awful lot of things. Cannabis has really helped with both my anxiety. It's the only thing I've ever found that can stop a migraine in its tracks and can stop an anxiety attack in its tracks, if you get the right strain and you can take it in the right way. It's no use taking a tablet for an anxiety attack. Something that gets into your system really fast, like a vaporizer, is the only thing that's going to do it, and it helps me get onto trains and buses and stuff like that. The only real problem I've had with cannabis is direct result of its legal status. I've been arrested a few times for it. On each time that that's happened, I've either lost my job or I've lost my motivation. I've kind of gone off the rails, let's say. And most recently, I had a few life events that I couldn't deal with. I turned to my doctor for some help, talking therapies, and my doctor turned around and said he's absolutely not going to prescribe me, he's not going to give me talking therapies or anything like that. I had to come off these drugs I'm using. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So, you've got to stop using cannabis. And I tried to explain, he wasn't listening, but in the end I needed the talking therapist at the time, and therefore I did. I agreed with him that I would come off. And within 3 weeks he'd got me onto diazepam, and he'd also put me onto fluoxetine, which didn't seem to do much else other than wipe me flat, fluoxetine known as Prozac. He decided it wasn't doing it well enough, so he upped the dose. And thanks Doc, this is the first experience I've ever had where I became happy with my thoughts. Those are the suicidal ones, by the way. And so for the first time in my life I actually acted on them. For me, the pharmaceutical drugs that were given to me very nearly killed me. Thankfully, I had a lovely locum doctor who spoke to me afterwards and immediately took me off all medications and suggested, quietly, that I should go back to using cannabis because she knows it helps, I know it helps, and that's what I should do. So I started growing my own. I got very good at it. I've got quite good green fingers. I was very good at it, so it seemed. But unfortunately, a neighbour didn't like what I was doing, and I got busted. And to be honest with you, I've had enough. I've had enough of apologising for it. I've had enough of hiding it. Okay, I lost another job, but that's how I ended up meeting these incredible people at United Patients Alliance. And where it came to me, this is not just for me that I'm fighting. There are so many people who are in this country and they cannot fight for themselves. They're busy fighting their chronic conditions, for crying out loud. And so I decided I'd give all that up. I joined the UPA because they're a fantastic family, a fantastic group of people, and my mental health has improved remarkably thanks to cannabis and thanks to the UPA. And that's my story.